What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. My name's Chris and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, this week has been massive. There's been some big changes happening and there's going to be some more changes to happen. And this week, that's actually what I'm taking you through. I'm taking you through 3 points and helping you understand why I'm making these decisions and some of the different things that are happening within the business. So it is a jam-packed episode. To leverage the timestamps, I'm going to put them up on screen right now, and you can see that there's a section here for all the changes to the business that I've been doing this week and some of the behind the scenes. You can also jump over to my first $5,000 week and I'll take you through all the details of that. And maybe you're here to see some of the financial results of how I've been tracking month to month. I've also got my September results that I'm going to share with you as well. So pick and choose what you would like. I'm going to answer any questions that you do have in the comments as well along the way. Let's get into it. So this week I have culled over 1,000 items from the store. If you've been watching over the last couple of weeks, I've really just been trying to pull out or plan to pull out some of the different things from the store that just does not make sense at this point in time. Now, between now and November, I also alluded to last week, I think it was last week, that I'm going to be going away for about 6 to 8 weeks to the Philippines. And I want to make sure that when I do that, that the business is running very lean and very tight to ensure that the person that's going to be running it for me has it very easy or very simple. So keeping it very sensible, manageable, and understanding. So there are a couple of things that I'm working on between now and then that I want to ensure that I'm ticking off to make this as smooth as possible. And the first thing was to cull low-end stock or not skewed stock or anything that's maybe a bit of a slow sell-through rate or that isn't really necessarily hitting my business metrics or, isn't really working towards what I want. And the first of this was DVDs and media. And you're going to see this very shortly of how that went this week. And it's begun. The unlisting has begun. It has begun. I'm so scared about this. And we are done. All there, big pile there, big pile here, and we have cleared out all of this. This is all just excess boxes and all of this. Next thing we'll be doing once my book sale ends will be this. Consolidation of these. Some of this I'll keep. And then this as well. These guys are going to go in there and there. And then those ones will come out to the middle. This one and that one will probably disappear because stuff will go in here. And then the master plan is complete. Thank you. All right, we're out of here, team. All done and dust. I got to go pack the car. Woohoo! Today's plan is, well, you would have seen the other day we pulled out all the DVDs and all the DVDs. Today we're probably going to actually pull out all this stuff, and we're going to put this one in there, and we're going to put that one over there, here, and then these ones will become the new clothing ones. It saves us redoing the shelving. I got to think about that. Is that actually the best thing, babe? What's actually quicker to do? Is it quicker to just change the racking or to shuffle them?
I don't want to dismantle the shelves.
One moment, please. All right, team. Well, we've already got space happening. We took out the first black one so we can have a bit of wiggle room. So, well done, babe. She don't muck around. Oh. All right, that's now in there. And now we're going to dismantle this one, put all the books in here, and then, because I've literally, while doing this, sold this shelving unit, and all the DVDs. Whoop, whoop. You babe? Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Ah, good times. All right, team, we're all done. Postage is all packed. This is all done. Look at so much room for activities. Woo! Next up is all this. And then I've got to do a reconsolidation of all this, of what's staying, going, keeping, selling, moving. And yeah, more details on this probably next week. It's all happening, folks. It's all happening. Now I've got to go pack all that in the back of the car. Whoop, whoop. Now, the next part of this is then to do books, and then I'm going to start to focus on some of the different odds and ends and some of the older items that have been sitting in the business for a very long time. So there's some old toys, there's some old bric-a-brac items and things like that. Now, the next two things that I then have to do after this is invest in my biggest haul yet to ensure that I can slingshot the business between now and before I leave giving the business that consistency while I'm away, which means I'm going to ramp up, hopefully do a bit more listings, but if anything, making sure that there's a lot of consistency and a lot more fresh stock in the business while I'm away. And that actually arrives next Tuesday. More details on this to come. And then the final thing that I'll be working on is finalizing processes and getting the training completed for my workers. So there's a lot of things to happen between now and November. It's quite overwhelming, quite scary, but I think it's going to be the right decision to make. And of course, I'm going to take you along the journey and help you understand what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it. So this week I culled over 1,000 DVDs. As you can see on my 90-day total, that there is a lot of items sitting there, which I haven't gone through. Some of those, actually majority of it is all gone. There's a couple of things that I've rebundled and reshuffled up, so I'm just keeping some of those old items for descriptions and things like that. But essentially over 1,000 items was culled. And look, my first concern was that it was going to hurt the store, and it hasn't, not yet anyway. This week's actually been my best week yet, which is very, very encouraging, very rewarding, but it's great to be able to see that it's working. Things are working. Now, Monday from next week, which is actually today, but for you, it's next week, I'm starting on the books. So that's another whole process. As I said, I've got 350 kilos of clothing arriving, my biggest haul coming on Tuesday, so I need to make room for that. And that's essentially why I've been doing this. I've made room for more shelving, and it's exciting because it means I can start to level up the business again and take it to that next level. As scary as it is, and of course it's going to cost me a bit of money and things like that, I'm ready to do it. Now, as I said, since removing the stock, the sales have actually kind of stayed the same, if not increased. My average cycle time this week was pretty low. We'll get to that a little bit later, but it's been my best week yet. Very rewarding. Now, before we get into the details of the week, let's just jump into any more of the behind the scenes that I want to share with you, and we'll then jump into how the week actually has gone. Howdy team, welcome to Monday, and it's actually quite of a warm day. We just got another delivery of all the clothes back from getting washed. Got Carla already packing. Let's see what we've got. We've got a total of 30 items, and 39,841 is the current total. We've got a lot of books going out. We've got a big clearance on books at the moment, so quite a few bundles. Got a lot of clothes, books, jeans, shirts, jumpers, a few bundles in here as well. Got some clothes there, and Star Wars book. So yeah, gonna get this packed up, and then gotta start packing up this stuff as well. It's rock and roll. All right, team. So yesterday we also had the Backpack for Vic Kids charity stream, and we hit over $11,000. So a big thank you to everyone that got involved. We've had some pretty cool cards going out, some winnings and stuff. So here's all the cards. Otis has won the booster box of Obsidian Flame, so there was a lot of screams and excitement for that one. We also had Mitch win the mystery prize the other week, and he's also getting that sent out together. We did also have Secondhand Gang. He won the Charizard UPC, but I'm catching up with him on Friday, so he'll get that in person. And what else? Oh yeah, this was basically Shane. He basically did the wonders for the whole event, because he actually did spend quite a lot, so he got quite a lot of packs, but he got quite a lot of hits as well. So well done, mate. I'm getting all this out to you guys today, sending you some info on Backpack for Vic Kids. If you can support in another way or share it with other people, that would be really great. We're going to pack all this up, and then we're basically done. Woohoo! What do you reckon, babe? Alright, the other thing I'll show you guys quickly is just got all the clothes back. Here's all the jeans, shirts, all this has been washed. And then I've actually got extra op shop stuff that I picked up the other day to do. So shirts, there's about 170 shirts here, and I think that was about 77 jeans. So we'll start with the shirts, and then get going with the jeans. For those that have asked me, like, why do I get them washed? For two reasons. Is we usually try to do it to get the majority of the creases out and stuff. The actual main reason is to actually sell clothing on eBay. It actually meant to be washed before sold. So pre-owned clothing, that is. So just as an FYI. So sometimes it doesn't go as well as we planned. As you can see, there's still a bit of creases in here, whereas others come out really well. And sometimes it's, you know, it's still a bit of a work in progress, but I'm happy with it because it saves me time. Alright, let's get back to packing. Alright team, we're all done, all packed up, and now I'm actually going to go meet Forrest Finds Online Christian for pick up some plushies, and go a quick little cheeky Sabres trip, and then might come back, do some other stuff. Otherwise, just head on home. It is actually my birthday today, so maybe I should just take the rest of the day off. All right, ciao. Howdy, folks. Back here, and it is Tuesday, and I've actually got 15 items going out, as you can see here, and we're back over the 40,000 mark. The actual intent today was come here and start to unload all these, but we're going to post first, and then we will do that. Got a whole bunch of clothing going out, a couple of things from the Sabres trip the other day. This guy's gone for $240. This is pretty cool, a super scope, and some DVDs, some jeans, shirts. I was packing a couple of shirts over there too. So this guy's gone for like 35 bucks over to the UK. Let's do it. Howdy, folks. Here with the boss. Say hi.
Hey.
And we got, what do we got? We've got 17 items going out. We're back on 41. We've got a whole bunch of clothes going out, usual stuff, jeans, shirts. Quite a few things going international as well, actually. We've got this little guy going out. He went for 55. Got a Holy Bible, which you haven't seen the video for that yet, but I think we got 45 for that, 46. A little bit of Asimov. Another book, part of my big sale of books, and yeah, that's kind of it. Woohoo! Let's pack it. So this week was my best week yet. Over $5,000. I did not expect it. I was expecting to do probably 4.5, and then things just kept rolling. And of course, this includes some of the bulk deals that I did. Of course, getting rid of all the DVDs and things like that. But there's been some really big sales this week as well. What I also find very interesting is this week, as you can see, the breakdown of sales, clothes and jeans have brought in over $3,000 of revenue this week just alone, and then the rest has really been gravy. So obviously selling a lot of DVDs, books I've been running a 35% sale on, video games I've been able to move a few of those, and toys as well. So electronics, as you can see here, revenue also brought in around $671, which is from my consignment deal. So a lot of moving pieces. ASP was very, very high this week, my highest it's ever been. $49.64 at that sheer volume is just incredible as well. So very, very grateful for the progress this week. In terms of some of the sale highlights, I've got 4 items that I want to share with you. The first one being this Billabong vintage jacket. Now, a lot of these items that I'm about to show you might not have even seen yet because the videos haven't come out, so spoilers. But I've got this Billabong vintage corduroy jacket. I picked this up with Cameron a couple of weeks ago. That video, I think it comes out, I don't think it's this week, I think it's still a couple of weeks yet. But I picked this one up for $10.64 from an average cost of good haul from Sabres. It went for $161.50. And I've profited $116.53 after fees and postage. The next item for this week that I wanted to share was these Diesel Men's Larky Straight Jeans. Now these, I've never found Diesel, and I've never really dealt with Diesel. Ironically, I was with some friends the other week, and they were telling me all about Diesel jeans, and then I spotted these ones. I think it was actually the week after or the week before when I went out with Cameron. Anyway, I paid $10.50 for them. These went over to, I can't remember if it was US or UK, for $157.25. That's $109.80 back into my pocket after fees and postage. Incredible. I had no idea. The next one was this Stussy World Tour varsity jacket. Now this one I picked up with Carla. This was a defect, new with tags. We were in when we were away for my 50k. This video comes out this week, I'm pretty sure. Average cost of good on this one was $6.29. Been able to sell it for $104.60. And after fees and postage, walk away with $70.10. There was actually 3 of these. I'm actually regretting not getting all 3. I didn't want to take a risk on them because they were defected. But hey, I'm still happy with this. And then the final item, which was a bit of a surprise outlier, was this Something About Mary paperback book. Now this one, as I said, I've been running a 35% sale on all my books. This one's actually gone over to Sweden. So this one cost me $5.42. It's an overran book, meaning I've had it since like I started, been sitting in there. That's why the cost of goods so high on it. Bad buy. But someone came through and purchased it for $61.06 over to Sweden. So there's about $37.18 back into my pocket after fees and postage. So very interesting week, very rewarding, and there's some pretty cool stuff that's been happening. Like I just can't believe it. Now, in terms of the whole week, so 103 sales, margin, we're sitting at around 51% based on these numbers. Cost of good was $862, sold $5,112.89 worth, profit being $2,639 worth. ASP, as you know, $49.64. Cycle time was only 66 days this week, which is best week ever. Now, if you're here for the monthly results, we're going to dive into those details. I'm going to show you what's been tracking over the last couple of months as well. So we have July, August, September, and I will note that some of these figures do get adjusted and changed as I progress through the month, simply as I, whether I'm reviewing them with my accountant or as the finalize of my tax summary documents come through from eBay and things like that for the fees, and it's just minor adjustments. But we're going to go through that right now. If you have any questions, chuck them down below. Let's get into it. All right, so if we have a look at July, I'll keep this short and sharp, but July, you can see we did $13,270 in revenue. Breaking down all the details, we ended up with a operating profit of $5,109. So that was a really, really good, rewarding month. And then I started to go hard with the washing. I started to test a few different things. And as you can see, August then kind of gave me a bit of a better understanding of, jeepers, what's going to happen here. In August, we did $14,291. And we had a total of all these different costs and actually an expense of around $10,000. And then operating profit on that was like $929, which was a little insane. I was a bit nervous about this, thinking that, is this what's my new run rate going to be? So the goal for September was to really see where I can cut down costs, see how I can make this work better. For September, I've done a lot more sales that I'm $15,009 worth, with and gross profit of $12,188. So bringing down the cost of goods value. In terms of, operating expenses, so post supply, storage, office, laundry, actual post, employee and consignments, other and car, and then fees, we've come down quite a lot. We've saved about $2,000, which brings me to an operating profit of $3,878. So getting a bit back up there, I want to get closer to that. I need to get to that 30% mark, to be honest. So this needs to be around $5,000 mark to be safe, just to be safe. So very interesting to see that progress, but it's good. We started high, we've done some testing, and now I'm starting to be able to fiddle with it and get it a bit better. So hopefully this next month, going into October, I'm going to be paying heavy for some stock, but of course that's not an expense, that's an asset, so it's a cost of good. Does not come up on the board, does not come up on the sheet until it's sold. But really just working to continue to fine tune these numbers as we progress into October and November, and of course December as well, but I'll be away for a couple of those months. So very interesting to see these results. And what I also found interesting was that this month I actually didn't sell as much. Even though I've had pretty good dollars come through, I've actually only sold 388 items. Interesting to see that ASP was higher. I've found that I've got more people purchasing multiple items. And I've also found that this month, especially in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, that people have been happy to pay full price. I haven't had many lowballers. And I think that's probably because I'm getting some of the pricing right with my items, meaning I'm not asking too high and people are finding the value in those items. So I've also had some really good feedback on, me doing the washing and things like that. People leaving feedback saying items smelled amazing, had been washed, very clean, all those things which are really helping things pop. And also making me understand and justify even more why the washing is working really well, really well. That's really my priority, to bring that quality and ensure that it's there and have that consistency. And as of this week, I've actually moved up to number 3 in jeans. I think I was number 3 in jeans already, to be honest. But I've actually moved up to number 2 in casual shirts, and that's button shirts. So really pushing it, and I'm starting to see the results from it. So it's been a very, very productive week and month. Very, very rewarding, but also there's a lot of things ahead of me, obviously doing a lot of changes, and I'm excited for what's next. It's also making me super nervous, but I think it's right for the business. Of course, I'm going to continue to track it, continue to share it with you. If you do have questions about this, let me know. Of course, the challenge now is to replicate this week of $5,000, to replicate this month of $15,000, and to keep doing better and to keep doing more. And that doesn't come easily. There's a lot of moving parts. As I said, I've got a big haul coming through this week, which is going to take a lot of work to process. But it's the right thing, I think. Appreciate you being here. If you've got any questions, comments, chuck them down below. You have a wonderful day. Cheers.